I was curious because of the way that you.
I'd like to ask that question again.
Jamaican rewind.
Yes. I want to ask that question again. I can't keep running from the knowledge. Yes, the question that was asked. The question that was asked by Ryan, and this is Ryan. Where are you from?
Colorado.
Colorado, United States. Ryan asked us, what does it take for a person to hold the title of Ras? Is that what you asked?
How you defined it?
How do and the way I defined it was that a person, that Ras was a title in ancient times that was bestowed upon a person who was, governing. And so today, because we don't have that system of royalty, I said that Ras is one who governs his own head, governs his own kingdom. The word Ras means head or leader or president, okay? Or some say prince, but the word religious prince. And so Ras means head, governor. So if you're governing your own life, if you're governing your own business and taking care of your own stuff, I would say that you're a Ras. So it don't matter to me if a person is black or white, if they should be Ras, right? So you don't have to have locks on your head to be Ras, because many of the Rasas of Ethiopia didn't have locks, okay? So the hair doesn't make you a Ras, okay? It's the governing of one's meditation, of your own kingdom, okay? Your own head.
So what about accepting Selassie as your, I guess like the black version of Jesus Christ, accepting him as your personal Lord and Savior? For somebody like myself who doesn't particularly bend his knee before any man, how does...
Well, the thing is that, as I said to everyone that I talk to, the choosing of a person to make Haile Selassie their Godhead is up to them. There was a time where I didn't see Haile Selassie as my Godhead. I saw Haile Selassie as a great king. You see, but there's a statement in Rastafari that says, if you see him as a prophet, you get a prophet's reward. If you see him as a king, you get a king's reward. If you see him as your Almighty, you'll get the Almighty's reward. And from the years of my journeying through the different stages of seeing him, now that I've accepted his majesty as my almighty source, right, as the highest man that was on earth for me to see elevate, so I cite him up high. Now that I've done that, my life has expanded exponentially, okay? So I see myself getting a God's reward by seeing my king as my God. And again, even if we wanted to go biblically, Israel's God is Israel's king. And then we leave that alone and we go into Africa. And we knew that our king had to be divine. The word wasn't Pharaoh, it was Per-Ah. And the Per-Ah was one who was the house of God. So God had to dwell in you in order for you to be a leader. So you or anyone else that want to know whether or not you have to say Haile Selassie is God, no one forces anyone to call Haile Selassie God in Rastafari unless they don't understand that Rastafari stands for total freeness and liberty of mind. The moment you begin forcing religion upon a person, you're again, of course, gone into religion and you're no longer dealing with spirituality.
Dogmas.
So it's when your spirit moves you to call Haile Selassie your God, you would do that. If you don't choose to do that, that's not something I can tell you. Man, you need to say Haile Selassie is Almighty. Nonsense. Hypocrisy. Because even those that stand amongst us and say Haile Selassie is God really don't know what it means inside of themselves to hold His Majesty completely as their God. They're still just skimming the water, some of them. I can't judge all of them.
We read it this morning in Isaiah too.
Yeah. And so we now need to realize that choosing Haile Selassie as God is creating a new paradigm on earth. Just like people would choose Jesus, or people would choose Buddha, or people would choose Krishna. We, the Rastafari, we're the new phenomena of of this movement of consciousness upon earth.
Mhm.
So I don't know if I spoke
No,
too
you
long.
did- No, you know, because in the end, what it comes down to me is
Personal
the
choice.
It's the recognition of it's all just I and I.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Everything.
And once we have Haile Selassie who have reached the highest of heights, all we need to do now is become the highest of what we can become. Okay? And remember, if you want to go Jesusly or Yahshualy or biblically, Jesus himself while here said greater works we can do in the Bible. So if you want to talk about him being a man and being the greatest man, how could you be greater than the greatest man unless evolution is inevitable? Growth is inevitable. Change is inevitable. So we're going to continue to grow, and you're going to continue to find wise-minded ones that'll blow your mind and make you feel like, wow, I didn't think like that ever before. And it's not just going to be Chris. Huh? Chris loves doing more than blowing at the wind. So we give thanks for these questions and you know, one love and respect, you know.
Love every time, Rasta. Love you, my brother.
Yes, like Rastafari love, you know.
Just share some of your energy, more share some of mine now, you know. The wind and the water and my energy come on.
Happy one.
So good and so pleasant, my brother.